Hey ho, good neighbors, what's going on? It's Phil Russert, and I am pumped and I'm excited. A lot of good things coming on. Who's in the room? We got 4 people here. Come say hello. Also, if you're a creator, drop your links in the chat. Please promote yourself. I always welcome that. We're a community. If you're working on a project or a Kickstarter's out or you got one coming out or you're just an artist looking to promote your work, throw it in the chat and let everybody know. Because I'm going to go over some stuff. Oh, we lost 2 people, so I guess I bored you already. Okay. Um, so we're going to be talking about a few things: legendary illustrations, tragedy, yada yada yada. Show some covers, etc. Before we get started, I just want to show everybody. Chris Campana is a friend of mine, and Greg Johnston is a friend of mine. And Chris Campana, Greg Johnston secretly went to commission this as a gift for me. When Chris found out that hello, that Greg was doing that, Chris didn't charge him, so it's basically a gift from both of them, which I was very overwhelmed and appreciative. Thank you so much. Go check out Chris Campana's art, and he has his group with the Companions. Chris is a good guy. I've known him over a decade. Really talented artist. So go check him out. He did this on my cover thanks to Greg Johnston's commission, and thanks to Chris for not charging him for it. I mean, you guys are amazing and you humble me, so thank you. We do have blank sketch covers on issues 1, 2, and soon 3. If you want sketch covers, if you're an artist, and you want to buy more than one, we have a 5-cover bundle where it knocks off $2 off of each thing. So that's that. So I want to get into a few things about legendary illustrations and tragedy. I'll start with legendary illustrations. I don't know if you're all familiar with Whatnot. Whatnot started off as a website where you sell pops and some things and sports memorabilia, but it's grown and it is now doing art and it's doing comics, etc. And it's a great platform because they really promote you to reach new people. They of course take a percentage of what you sell, but it's very reasonable. And they handle the shipping for you and stuff. So the shipping labels, I should say. So they handle the money, and it's a great platform that is established for years now, and they're just getting bigger and bigger. And very soon, Legendary Illustrations will be doing art sales on that platform, and we'll be doing deals, and we'll doing things like that where you can get affordable art. Now, I just want to let everybody know, yes, we're an up and coming group of talent, and the artists, some have published work, some don't yet. They're not big household names, but they're every bit as just as talented as any artist out there. But they're obviously affordable because you're not paying for a name. So I encourage you, when I make the announcements, to come check out those Whatnot sales. Sign up for Whatnot. You can go in there and you can find tons of stuff you'd love to buy. They have trading cards, sports memorabilia, comic books, art. I mean, comic sketch art and a bunch of other big name art agents are on there as well. So you can get everything. I'll be selling tragedy comics off of there, and we'll be doing monthly giveaways of things. So please check out whatnot.com, whatnot.com. And when we do sales, it'll be great because we'll reach a lot of you out there. All right, so we got one person left in the room. Who would that be? Come say hello. Legendary Illustrations, we're going to be doing live drawing every week. Drawings, 2 artists will come in, they'll draw. I will moderate and just handle the chat room. And you'll watch them draw live. You can ask them questions, talk to them. We're going to get requests on what you want to see them draw, and if we draw what you request, you automatically will be offered a 10% discount on buying the piece of art if you'd like. If not, just come hang out and watch some artists draw some cool stuff. Next Wednesday, we are starting with Kevin Stewart and Rod Ramos, and they will both be drawing live. And I will put up a post asking what you think they should draw, what character or whatever. It could be anything in pop culture, from an anime to a Godzilla to the Goblin Queen to Thor to whatever you want. So that'll be fun, and that's going on. I have other news with Legendary Illustrations, other things that we can't talk about right now, but we're going to be doing, and it's going to be fun, and it's going to be great. And if you're an art lover, an art collector, and if you're an art collector on a limited budget, we're going to be a place that you can come to regularly and be able to get some great art and not break your bank and not have your wife kill you or your husband kill you. Anyway, having said that, so you guys know me. I love artists. I love supporting artists. I love hiring artists. I have a lot of covers to show you again for Tragedy, issue 3, chapter 3. There's 14 covers on this one. I keep saying I'm going to do less covers, but I don't. I love art. I love artists, and a lot of artists who do the cover contests and everything, I feel should be rewarded, and I appreciate their efforts. So, 14 covers. But I want to debut first. I'm also going to show some interior pages today, a little sneak peek at interior pages, as well as the colored pages that just came in. Where the hell did that go? Sorry, guys. Hang on. I just lost it. Here we go. All right. So I am doing a crossover promotion. My friend Nicholas Gear has his Relentless Tin Soldier on Indiegogo starting a few days after, I think May 5th or May 4th. And Tragedy's launching on May 3rd. So we decided to do a cross promotion because I'm on Kickstarter on Indiegogo, and we know about the tribalism that goes on, and we don't, we respect everybody's feelings and opinions on what they want to support, but we wanted to let you know you're not supporting that platform, you're supporting the creators on it, and that's really what's important, because we're struggling to get out there. We're not making the millions that Kickstarter is, etc. Wade King, what's going on? Len Danovich, what's going on? So we wanted to show you that it doesn't have to be a divide. He is on Indiegogo, I'm on Kickstarter, and we're going to do a cross promotion. And what that promotion is, his character, if you buy his book, the cover on his book, and you buy the cover on my book, when you put them together, it makes this awesome full-page piece of art. Raphael, what's going on? Now, I'm an X-Men fan. We all know that. And he's an X-Men fan. And we just had to go to Fastball Special. So, having said that, let me show you, colored by Chris Sotomayor and illustrated by Ericnieltowski. That is his character, the Relentless Tin Soldier. That is my character, Tragedy. Cut that right down the middle, and basically those are your two covers. They will have trade dress, and we will do virgin versions as well. So Ericnieltowski, if you don't know him, he's an amazing artist. He has a great 90s flair and style, which I love, of course. And he's got his own Indiegogo campaign going on. Andy's here. What's all going on? Let's do this. What's going on? Kevin, what's going on? I'm going to be showing off Kevin's cover, too. Kevin Stewart, amazing artist, friend, really talented guy. And he really did a wonderful thing for me recently. And Glenn Acom, he's taking over the drawing chores, so thank you. So anyway, so if you back his book and get the cover, you back my book and get the cover, you put the covers together, whammo, you get this. We're going to do them virgin, and we'll do them trade dress. That way, if you only want the single cover, that's fine. Chris Sotomayor turned the colors today. There's actually some minor edits that we're going to do to this. Minor edits. Talented proctologist. Yes, Kevin, that's going to be your new nickname. So anyway, so we had to go Fastball Special. She has the claws. Technically her claws are supposed to be those ancient Chinese claws that curve at the top. They're not Wolverine claws, but that's kind of what they've become with everybody's art. So let's go with it. Eric threw the sigh on the other side. I love the cracked mask as always. And boom, he's throwing her at whatever he's throwing. I wouldn't want to be what he's throwing her at. So that's what you get with the cross promotion. I want to reiterate, guys, this isn't just me trying to boost his campaign and him trying to boost mine. We wanted to send the message that it doesn't have to be a war between platforms. Just because I'm on Kickstarter doesn't mean I support everything Kickstarter does. Just because I'm Indiegogo doesn't mean I support everything they do. And it doesn't mean I'm against anything either. We just want to put out good comic books that people can enjoy, superhero tales, good guys, bad guys, gray area if you want for good storytelling, just some fun. So we wanted to also just send the message that you don't have to hate on one platform or the other. Support the creators. It's not the platform you're supporting. It's the creators. We need your help. We need to get out there. So having said that, this will be a really fun cross cover promotion. Again, you take this right down the middle. You take my cover. You take his cover right down the middle, right there, all right? Right down the middle. You can either just have my cover, you could just have his, or you could campaign. You could support both campaigns, put the covers together, and whammo, you get a nice Fastball Special. Ericnieltowski knocked it out of the park. Chris Sotomayor, always, he was one of the best colorists in the industry. Amazing guy. Awesome. All right. So that's that. So come check it out. Will Playden, how are you? Actually, I was going to message you later, Will, because I wanted to tell you something, talk to you about something. Anyway, Will Playden is an amazing artist. He's part of Legendary Illustrations as well. He has an illustration series that we're going to be putting up for sale soon. If you haven't been following Will Playden or my page, you really should. These are painted busts of all your favorite Marvel and DC heroes, and they're in a collector's mode where you can collect team rosters. And he is just knocking them out of the park. I mean, you have Conan, Venom, Solomon Grundy, Black Adam, Batman, Storm, so many. It's so awesome. Steph Wilson is here. Even if Steph Wilson ignored the group chat that I put him in, that's okay, Steph. You know, you're a star. You have too much time on your hands to deal with us peasants. Anyway, and Steph Wilson will be on the Kickstarter, despite what everybody tells me, that it'll hurt me, but it is what it is. I'm kidding, of course. All right, so I'm going to show you the covers that are available on the Kickstarter coming up, if I can find where the hell I put them. I just had everything set up, and they are gone. Why is that? Here we go. No, that's not it either. Bear with me, gentlemen and ladies and gentlemen, because I don't know where the hell it just went. Why did it disappear? There it goes. All right. So here we go. This here is Gary Giroud is the inks. Marco Carrillo is the penciler, and Antonio Diaz is the colorist. It's an homage, basically, to this is the wrong picture. We don't have that after Jim Lee. Jim Lee's Batman on the Gargoyle. Thought it was really cool what they did. Trade dress by Maura McTaggart. I always say McTaggart. I'm such an X-Men fan. Maura Marie Powers. This is their cover. This is available. This is going to be really cool. Really love it. So that's awesome. Mike DeBalfo, if you don't know him, he draws women like nobody's business. And he knocked us out of the park. And February is the name of the colorist. And he... now, Mike, he doesn't like inks, right? He likes, like Billy Tucci, he likes soft, which I totally understand because he's drawing women. And Ula Moss, wasn't available. She does all of Mike's coloring, So I was looking for a colorist. And I found February through somebody. And I told him, I was like, look, I'll pay you for the sample. I don't believe in free samples to artists. Your time is worth money. I paid him for the sample. I let him know if you get the job or not get the job. It depends on what you do, but I'll pay the sample. I said I need it really soft, really nice, and February just kicked ass. I mean, he really made it soft and nice, and Russ Cassidy and Maura did the trade on this. Russ laid it out kind of, but Maura came in with different colors and made the logo bigger. And this is just phenomenal. I mean, it's fantastic. I know, Kevin, aren't they? Thanks, Steph. Thanks, Wade. Issue 3, yes. And this is probably going to be a big seller, I think. Mike DeBalfo, the great Mike DeBalfo. This is James Avila. He was part of the first cover contest I ever had last year for book 1. And he didn't win it, but he thought it was a great cover, so we made it. Yeah, right. J. Scott Campbell feel. Absolutely. So this is him. There's one thing he did on this cover that you might consider an error, but I thought it was cool. So I didn't say anything. I didn't care. If you spot it, let me know. But it's pretty cool anyway. Great cover. I love the detail in Breath of the Dragon. Her superhero landing pose. You always got to love that. James Avila. James is going to be with at a show that I'm at on May 14th and 15th in Nassau County at the Cradle of Aviation called CradleCon. Go check him out. Great guy, and he's got his own stuff. Yes, Andy. Yes, let's do this. You found it. That's exactly right. Okay. Here we go. Creme de la creme. Kevin Stewart with colors by Mauro Zapata, M. Zapata. So and trade dress by Mora. So Kevin Stewart submitted for the first cover contest as well, and I really loved it. And there was something about the way he did the snout on Breath of the Dragon that I loved. But I really love that they're fighting so fiercely. They're fighting right off the side of the building. They're just going right off the building without a care, just fighting. And I thought that was awesome. Now, I had Motto do colors, and Motto added the spotlight effect on them and changed up the moon a bit. And I have to say, Motto, beautiful, beautiful job on what he did. The spotlight just it gave it a really cool, feel that there's this energy, like there's a helicopter, like on them, watching them fight. It was just epic. Kevin's lines are amazing. I love what he did, and then what Motto did to accent it. Just a wonderful team. And yes, I represent both of them. If you want work from either one of them, Motto is also an artist and had a cover on book one. And then I love the colors that Mora chose for the trade dress. Yeah, Kevin, the two of you just did a beautiful job together. This is the studio cover. Ricardo does not have a studio cover on this one. Oh, he said sword tip. Now I got to go back and see what that is. I'm gonna go look, Wade. Maybe there's something I didn't catch. This is the studio cover, guys. This is the cover for the book, the main studio cover. And I'm proud to have and appreciative to have Kevin and Motto on it. They're two good guys, and through Legendary, they've become good friends. They're good, loyal people. They're really talented artists, and I'm going to do my damnedest to make them a household name. But anyway, yes. So this is the studio cover, and I just love it. It's fantastic. A lot of energy. They are going at it fiercely right off the building. Spotlight on them. Bright moon, just awesome. Beautiful, beautiful cover. Thank you, Kevin. I'm going to go back for a minute. I didn't notice anything about the sword tip, and there's no tangent there, so I think that's okay. All right. And here we have, she did two trade dresses. So I'll have to pick which one. I didn't recognize that. Okay. She put it in the Dropbox. So we got the two different trade dresses here. I kind of like this one. Kevin, what do you think? Angel, what's going on? We haven't shown your cover yet. What do you think, guys? Throw in the chat what you think is better. The kind of cream color here with the green, which I like better, or the blue with the red. I like the cream color, actually. Throw me your thoughts, guys. Ladies and gentlemen, children of all ages. And here, just in time, Angel showed up. Angel Manuel Lopez. Let me tell you about the Son of a Saint. He does digital work. I'm not usually a digital guy. I mean, I like digital art, but I don't usually do covers for it because I like to have the original art. I like to buy the original art. Not because I have anything against digital art. It's an art form, and you have to be talented and draw. It's because I usually like the original art. Angel was going to be doing a print on the last book, but he did a cover, like he did a piece that was just so brilliant. I asked him to make it a cover, and I made it a cover. So Angel is back. And if you saw the events at the end of issue 1, you'll understand what this is about. And this just had a movie poster feel to it. And I loved the all white. I loved the composition here, and she's hurting. If you read book 1, you understand what's going on here. And I just thought this is so well put together. I mean, it looks like a movie poster, or a video game cover or something. It's just so good. And Angel is awesome to work with on so many levels. I'm just telling you, there are artists here that I represent and some that I don't. And I'm just going to tell you, every one of them deserves a job. So reach out to them for your book, for your cover, for a commission. They are so worth it. They are affordable. And you're going to walk away with an art piece that you really love and can hang on your wall with pride. So kudos to Angel. Thank you, man. Beautiful job. I cannot get into how kind Angel has been and how great he's been to work with. I have the great fortune of working with great people. On Legendary, we have a great stable of artists. Once you get rid of the riffraff and the poison and the toxic behaviors, things get beautiful. And right now they're beautiful. We'll get some great people in Legendary, and I work with some great people putting out great covers. And Mora again with the silver, it's just so nice. This is a beautiful cover. Thank you, Angel. This was the cover contest winner. This is Anthony De Castro, and this is also digital. Gorgeous work. I mean, he did everything as well, just like Angel did, and it won the cover contest. And I'm going to say this again: everybody who contributed to the contest and submitted did a beautiful job, and they are great people to work with, and they all deserve, work. So I just want to say thank you to them. Just because this was the winner doesn't mean that they weren't quality covers. So this is amazing. Again, more with great trade dress color options. This is it right here. That is a book that's going to be available. I look forward to seeing all of these um, in print. And I have to tell you, digital does not do justice to print. Like I had Larry Stroman do a cover on the first book, and it looked good digitally when Motto colored it. But when I got the actual book in my hands, it was just drop dead gorgeous. The colors popped. It was amazing. But this is Anthony De Castro. So go check his page out. I think he primarily does colors, but he obviously does digital art too, and he does it really nice. This is the first time I have two digital covers on my book, and I couldn't be more happy and more proud to have them there. So thank you. It's awesome. Next, we have Anvu. Anvu lives in Hawaii with colors by Russ Cassidy. Um, okay, so trade dress again by Mora. Great color options. Anvu submitted this for the second contest, and she was tied for winner with Alex Sarabia. But I had to pick one, and Alex's cover reflected more of what happened at the end of book one than this did, and this fit more for book three. So I made this book three, and the composition, the story she's telling here is beautiful. It is beautiful. It's an amazing cover. Obviously, her lines are amazing, but what she's saying here, if you've read the book, you get it. She is being manipulated by her adoptive father. She knows it, but still wants and needs his love and respect. And the more she allows and manipulate her, the more she hates herself for it. But this is just brilliant, and Russ Cassidy did a beautiful job on the colors and bringing this to life. This is I'm looking forward to this a lot. But I want to say something else about Russ Cassidy. Russ just put out his own Kickstarter, his first one. Great success. Congratulations to him. It looks like a fun story for kids, kind of a Calvin and Hobbes thing. He does Marat Michaels and a ton of other people's Kickstarters. And Russ has never let me down. He's been reliable always. And literally yesterday, I mean, I did some stuff. He did the majority of it. We got the Kickstarter ready to submit for approval, and he'll have it ready by the 3rd and finished up because the man is not just a reliable machine. He's professional, and he's a good guy. I don't know if he has any more room on his slot, but if you need somebody for a Kickstarter, graphics, etc., Russ Cassidy is the utmost professional and a good human being. So I want to thank Russ for being reliable and always never letting me down and getting it done. So thank you. Anvu, beautiful job. Russ, great job on the colors. The man is a jack of all trades. This is an amazing cover. This is awesome. All right. Now we've got 3 versions of this. I know which one I'm gonna go with. This reminds me of kind of an ice one of those ice cones, but this is John Ottinger. Let me explain something about John Ottinger. If you don't know John Ottinger, if you haven't followed him, the man is the kindest, gentlest, most awesome human being, but he's also a creative genius. This guy does huge life-size or even bigger floats and props for movies and stuff. And they're just amazing. He does art. He does his book, The Dweors, which is a beautiful children's, like all ages story with these little robots. He makes statues, everything, toys. And he gave my family last year a ton of statues and shirts and prints and books out of the kindness of his heart. He drew this for the cover contest. He didn't win, but I knew I wanted to make it a cover. He won't accept payment for it. He won't accept payment for this cover. I have fought with him. I swear to you, I can show you the messages, and he keeps yelling at me, no. He won't take payment. He won't. Joe Ryan, what's going on? No problem. Better late than never. Hey, Len. Yeah, it's got that gothic feel to it, right? Yet the colors are awesome. Aaron, big dog in the house. Bow wow, woof woof. Aaron Best made tragedy a character in his DC Online open world. That was pretty freaking cool. Thanks for that message today, Aaron. He does have a great heart, Raphael. And he has a show every Sunday night where you can win free art, but you really should pick up Dweors and support him. He's an amazing human being. He is really one of the finest people I've ever met. He's got he's kind and gentle and not a malicious bone in his body. He is everything that I think we should all aspire to be in this industry. He's not jealous. He's not competitive. He's just kind. John Ottinger is an amazing human being. I love that guy. I really do. And what he's done for my family. And then look what he can do. I mean, this is awesome. Look at that. Now, I'm not going to go with this trade dress because I feel the blue clashes with her body. I'm probably going to go straight up with the red, to be honest with you. But I think there's one more to look at, which I didn't really check yet. All right, this one is a lesser kind of blue. That's kind of cool too, but I think it makes it a little hard to read it. I'm probably going to go with the straight red. Feel free to drop your thoughts on which one you think is best in here. Go for it. But there's that. That's John Ottinger, folks. Now, let me tell you about this. Ray Acevedo did a cover for the first contest, and he drew her, and this is like a J. Scott Campbell to me. And she had a city background. Now, yeah, thanks, Len. I think so, too. Now, I talked to Ray. Ray is an extremely talented artist and inker and has no ego. And I asked him, I said, listen, I want to use your cover, but I have to be honest, there's been a lot of city backgrounds. Can we do a different background? And he said, sure. And Mato Zapata, the colorist, said he had an idea for background. And I asked Ray if it was okay. And Ray, with no ego, said, sure, no problem. Mato Zapata came up with this background. If you see the rings, which is a bullseye, in the, is this a sepia color? I'm colorblind. It's a theater. See the seats below? This is a theater with the curtains. And then, of course, you've got the mob war, the newspaper on the other rings. And we took Ray Acevedo's, obviously, his illustration of her. Mato did the colors, and he did the background. Just like he added to Kevin, he added to this. Ray really loved it. And I'm just telling you now, Ray has been another one who's been wonderful to work with. He has no ego. I really appreciate you, Ray. I don't know if you're watching or if you'll watch this later, but Ray Acevedo is really, really an awesome dude, and you should support him too. Working with him has just been wonderful, and I love supporting people who really deserve the support, and Ray is one of them, and I'm grateful to him. And Mato Zapata, he may not get enough credit for his background and colors, but he did, and then he got the spotlight on her still. You know, amazing job. And if you notice, I don't know the name of the move, but you know when a ballerina jumps and she crosses her feet, she's doing that. So just beautiful work by the two of them. And Ray I love this rendition of her. It's one of my favorites. And then Maura, of course, great choices on the logo and the corner box for the trade dress. So this is available, and I couldn't be more thrilled. Phenomenal job. We have a blank sketch cover, of course. I tell everybody, if you're a fan of getting art, you should pick one up. But if you're an artist and you want to make money, like I said, we're going to have a bundle where you buy 5 and it comes $2 off each book if you buy 5. You could turn around and draw on them and sell for 60, 80, whatever you sell for, and make a profit. It's an investment. So sketch covers are available. Shawn Carlson painted this. Shawn is a friend, a very talented artist. And this is just phenomenal for many reasons I'm going to get into. First of all, great job on the color trade dress again by Maura. Thank you so much, Maura. Look at the crowd in the background. She's got her back to the ballerinas who are performing. Look at that on the stage. The spotlight is on her. She's turning her back as she's putting the mask on. But I don't know if you noticed, she has a very strong athletic build. And I love that because she's in top peak physique, and physical condition for a human being. And as much as she's feminine, she is strong. And he drew her athletically. And I love that. And then the composition. She's determined. She's upset. She's putting a mask on, turning her back to the ballerina days. Obviously, she was thrust away from that world. Look at this. Shawn Carlson knocked this out of the park. If you don't follow him, he's on Instagram and Facebook. He's usually more on Instagram, though. You got to go follow him. You got to hire him. He penciled it out, and then he painted it. And it's beautiful. Look at it. He's even got like the battle damage on her armor here. Look at the scuffs. Her face of determination. This is beautiful. This is awesome. Yeah, Angel. She is badass. And we're going to get into the story in a minute, and I'm going to show you some pages. Just bear with me, guys. Hang out. Here we have the great Steph Wilson. Now, I've told this before. I'm going to say it again. I love Steph Wilson's art. I really do. But for Tragedy, I didn't think that it fit Tragedy, right? So Steph Wilson started joking around about how I'm losing out not having on a cover, because the truth is Steph Wilson is on every freaking cover on every indie book. He's probably the most sought after and used cover artist for the indie scene. That's just probably fact. And I said, you know what? Yeah, let's do it. So I asked him to do a cover, and he's been pumping them out, and I love them. I asked him just to tone it down, not big boobies and stuff, and he toned it down. And he does a great pose each time. And then Carrie Ann, of course, comes in and drops colors. And look at this. This is fantastic. And here's the other thing. He does, traditional art because I want to buy it. And he did a different pose, which I loved. But then we found out later that pose actually was very similar to another piece of art, which we both weren't aware because it was a genre we don't follow. So he drew a new one. And I bought both pieces because I love them both. But one is being published. So Steph Wilson has consistently been my second highest seller on every campaign. He has a loyal fan base. People love him and his work. Him and Carrie Ann are great people. And so this is the Steph Wilson cover I have for each issue. So if you ever want the trilogy of his covers, pick them up. I have all three. I had to go to reprint on Steph's covers, but I have second printings on his first two covers. You can always buy the set of three to get your collection. Beautiful. Beautiful work, Steph and Carrie Ann. Thank you so much. And more, of course, with Trade Dress. So that's that. Now, for you, those of you that came in late, I'm going to show you real quick again the one cover. I'm doing a crossover cover with... where the hell did it go? Oh, I'll do that instead. I'm doing a crossover cover with an Indiegogo campaign, right? I'm going to go over this real quick again for those that came in the room. Boom! Ericnieltowski. Colors by Chris Sotomayor. So, John Jay's here. What's going on, buddy? Long time no speak. Nicholas Gear has his book called The Relentless Tin Soldier. That is the character there. He is on Indiegogo. I am on Kickstarter. He starts the day after me. We wanted to do a crossover cover. If you split this cover down the middle, you're going to get the Tragedy cover by itself and a Tin Soldier cover by itself. If you support the cover from Tragedy and you go buy the cover by Tin Soldier and you put them together, you get this Fastball Special by Ericnieltowski and colors by Chris Sotomayor. We'll do it in a Virgin, and of course we'll have trade dresses of the individual covers. Yes, we're trying to promote and help each other's campaign, but we're also tired of the fighting. You don't have to be strictly Indiegogo, strictly Kickstarter. You can be both. You're not supporting the platforms or their views. You're supporting the creators, guys. We need you. We need you. So Please don't think you're supporting Kickstarter or Indiegogo. You're supporting Tragedy and the Sin Soldier and Nicholas and myself. And we want to bridge the gap. No more fighting. So part of this promotion is to try to show you we don't have to fight. We can be on both platforms, or you can, even if you believe you only want to be an Indiegogo, we can still be partners in this. No more tribalism, guys. At the end of the day, we just want good stories, right? We want good stories, good heroes, and good people to support. And that's what this is about. Partly, in part, is of course we're trying to help each other's campaigns. So if you go pledge on his and you pledge on mine, you get these covers. You get a beautiful joint piece of art, fastball special. If you're an X-Men fan, you know damn well what I'm talking about. And I read the Tin Soldier's first book, and it's a good story, cool character. I understand you may think there's some resemblances to something, but it's written differently. It's good. It's really good, and I like Nicholas a lot, and I really would love for you guys to share that out and support. Now I gotta go down on this for a minute. All right, I'm gonna show you some sneak peeks of some pages. I can't show you some of the pages because it ruins things. If you've read the first issue, it had a shocking ending. It surprised the hell out of everybody because of what happens. And in book 2, I tease you, and you still don't know what happens to our protagonist at the end of the first book. I develop other characters, and it's the last page of the second book that you see a part of what happens. It's the aftermath of what happens to the protagonist because I was teasing everybody because I'm a pain in the ass. Book 3 finally explains it, gets you into it, and you understand and figure out what happened after the events of the first book. This book is 36 pages, and it really starts to get into the characters. This is where we're really getting deep into the stories. New characters are coming in, plots are unfolding. We're going to start closing up some plots by the end of issue 5. It gets real interesting here. So if you liked book 1 and 2, I promise you, you're going to enjoy 3. There's more story going on. We still have those fight scenes in action. And you're going to find out more about the Breath of the Dragon and what his connection is to Tragedy. And you're going to figure out how he got his power. If you read book 2, you know what his power is. And it's a badass power. And I'd love to spoil it, but I want you to pick up book 2. And Motto had said it best. If you took the Boondock Saints and you mixed it with Big Trouble in Little China, that's this book. But I dare you to read it because it's more than that. It's even more than that. It's got elements of Chinese mysticism and magic and monsters. It has cyborgs that want revenge. It's got metahumans. It's got rival mafias. It's got psycho killers. It's got everything in this. Everything. If you like martial arts kung fu films, if you like gritty urban vigilante tales, if you like metahuman superhero tales, and if you like Big Trouble in Little China and those mystical, magical beings and Asian culture, you're going to like this book. It all mixes, it all makes sense, it all flows, I promise you. And it has an undertone of spirituality that is not preachy. It deals with chi and life force and life energies and things of that nature. And it's fun. It's fun. And I am proud of this friggin' book. I'm not going to tell you I'm a great writer, but I think I'm a good storyteller. I think the dialogue is solid. Everybody tells me that the dialogue is real. I think I came up with some great character designs and some great characters. And I don't mean that from a place of conceit. I swear to you, I don't, because there's always people better out there than you. There's always books that are great and better out there. But I'm proud of what I did for the first time in my life, something that wasn't my wife and kids. I'm proud of that. I think I really got it right. I did a good job. And I want you to tell me, pick up the 3 books come May 3rd. We're going to have a catch-up tier 1 and 2. Read the books. I promise you, you're not going to be disappointed. I think you're going to really like this. I've had people tell me this is their new favorite series. And it overwhelmingly makes me want to cry. I feel so amazed that people have said this is their favorite indie book, but it's their overall favorite comic they're looking forward to, more than big titles. I find that hard to believe, but I'm amazed and I'm appreciative. And I'm telling you, the ball is rolling. After issue 3, issue 4 starts off with some badass stuff. It starts off with fight scenes, and you do a character that's been in the book. You find out something about them, and it's fun. It is fun, fun, fun. There's always action in every book, and it's pages. It's not one panel. I get tired of that. But there's also some good exposition that's not boring. There's story behind it, but there's also that fun, kick-ass action. To me, my books aesthetically look like the 90s, but have stories like the 80s that you can enjoy. I think because I was born in the 70s, but I was brought up in the 80s. So 80s is that's my jam. That's what I love. That's my favorite era of comics. But when the 90s came, that was my favorite era aesthetically. So if you take that image kind of art and you take 80s storytelling like Chris Claremont, and I'm not saying I write as well as him. I'm not saying that. He's a legend. I'm nowhere near what he is. But if you mix those two together, that's tragedy. And I really think you're not going to be disappointed. But you got to give it a try and tell me if I'm wrong. Fine, tell me if I'm wrong, but you got to give it a try first to do that. So we're going to check out some pages here. Some you might have seen already, and some you might not have. Nonetheless, I got to be selective and be careful. All right, so if you've been following the book, Seamus is her adoptive father, and her adoptive mother is Deirdre. This is them. Seamus is a sociopath. He is not a good man. He is the true villain of the story. There are other villains, but they're a little more gray. This dude is not gray at all. He's just bad. Deirdre is a gray area character. And after some events that happened in book one, she's taken to drinking, and he's disgusted by her because he's just a callous, uncaring individual. So why isn't this going next? So this is the letters are being put together by the great Jason Meadows right now. I don't know why it's doing this. Sorry, hang on. I got to do it this way. I don't know why it's not. So she's inebriated. He's pissed off. Ricardo Silva is the interior artist and inker. He did an amazing job. Just phenomenal. Phenomenal. So there's that. Now, I know you've seen those before, so I'm going to give you a little taste of some other stuff. But again, I have to be careful because of content. I don't want to ruin what happened in the other book. Now we get into the Breath of the Dragon. When the colors come in, you'll see this is him doing different movements. The colors will do that faded look, so you could tell it's one person doing different moves. But this is the detail on the what do you call it, on Ricardo's art. He's amazing. All right, this isn't working. Why isn't it zooming in? That's crap. All right, so that's that. I want to show you some other stuff too. I got some colored pages as well that I'm going to show you real quick. I'm not going to show you everything, but I want to show you a few pages that are cool. This is a double page spread. I'm going to show you the colors on this, and it all looks even better. This is the Breath of the Dragon fighting some monks. And obviously, when we put the colors are put in, you're going to see that it's one person doing different moves. I mean, look at the speed lines, the blur lines. Fantastic work by Ricardo. Love this guy. To work with Ricardo's amazing. Oh, Maura's here. We were just talking about, we showed all the covers and we gave you credit and love for all your trade dress. Thank you, Maura, for great color choices, great placement, all the work you did to set up the covers so they're ready for print. Maura she's a friend. She's a great coworker. She's amazing at graphic design. Her and her husband are a power team, no pun intended, Robert Powers. So you should really, hire them for your webpage, your graphic design, your logo design. They're amazing people and they can do it. I am repping Robert Powers again. But I'm telling you, even when I wasn't, I was sending work his way because they're just talented. Okay, they're amazing people, good people, and they're very talented. So check it out. So that's that. I'm going to show you a few new pages now that haven't been posted. I am very grateful and proud to be working with Ricardo. He's an amazing guy. This is at the temple where the master is. Ricardo's amazing. and he inked all of this. And man, I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. So that's that. Feel free to drop your thoughts on any of the pages. All right. Come on, you're frozen. Why you're frozen? Thanks, Charles. Charles W. Morgan is going to be a guest on the live stream launch party on Tuesday. He's going to give his review of the books so far. But also, please go follow Charles W. Morgan because he has a book called Cold Cutter coming out. Logo designed by Rob Powers. And Rob trade dressed them too, I believe. And Charles' book, I got the privilege and the honor of reading the script. Really good story. And he's a great guy. He did all the art, and it's going to be cool. Hey, John, what's going on? John, feel free to drop any links or throw anything in regards to the new publishing company. John Kotsis, great artist. He's going to have a cover on Tragedy soon. He joined the cover contest, and it's going to be a cover. But he's also part of the launch of a new publishing company. If you're an indie guy and you're looking for a publisher to help distribute your book and everything, John is the man to talk to. I don't know if they're accepting any more submissions, but John, please feel free to drop anything. Charles, drop anything you want to follow your book, Cold Cutter, etc. More pages by Ricardo. Again, this is a 36-page full-color story, the book. And I'm only showing you tidbits here. There's 36 pages. And it's just, I can't wait. We're almost done fully with the book. We don't have much left. And another thing I want to say, Chris Sotomayor he's a major colorist in the industry for 30 years. He does Spider-Man and X-Men. He's done everything. He's covered over Wilson and everybody. The man, he's like the Scott Hanna of colorists. He's worked with everybody. And he's currently working on Marvel and DC books. And this is a man who still treats me like my book is a pro book. He gives me the same respect he does publishers like Marvel and DC. He never lets me down, and he drops pages exactly when I need them, no matter how busy he is. If he says it's going to be done by this time, it's done. And it's done at the topmost professional level. And for a man who's 30 years in the industry, who doesn't need to do an indie book, he's on major books, to treat me with that kind of respect is not just a testament to his professionalism, but his character as a human being. And I'm grateful to him. I work with a great creative team. Jason Meadows, Ricardo Silva, and Chris Sotomayor, and Russ Cassidy, and Maura. They never let me down. They're always professional. They always get the job done at the highest level. And I have total trust in them that they're going to get it done and when I need it. And they know when they do something, they know that it represents them. They give their utmost best no matter what it is. And I just want to say I'm grateful and humbled by them. I am so blessed to have an amazing creative team like I do. And that's why the book is great. I wrote it, I created the characters, designs, and everything, but guess what? It would be a novel if it wasn't for them. They are making it the visual masterpiece that it is. It looks like a pro book because of them. I mean, I got turned down by publishers, one because it was an ongoing series, and the other because they don't want superheroes right now. But both publishers said the book is pro. And that's because of them. That's all them. That's all them. So thank you to the creative team of Russ Cassidy, Maura, Marie Powers. Rob Powers has been part of it as well. Ricardo Silva, Jason Meadows, and Chris Sotomayor. The core creative team, you guys are amazing. Also, shout out to Howard Mackey, who has behind the scenes helped me with some things editing the book. The great Howard Mackey, wonderful human being. and just everybody that I've gotten to work with on covers. So I just want to say thank you to you guys. I really appreciate it. All right, I'm gonna. Should I spoil this? I don't know. Yeah, I can't. I can't. I can't. I can't. I can't. I can't. There's. All right, let me go to the pencils then. I can show you pencil pages because all the. I can't show you more ink pages. Um. So look, I'm sorry. I know I ramble on, but I don't think people get enough credit for what they do, and I make sure I give them credit. You know, a lot of people get behind the scenes stuff. I mean, I even gave credit to someone for just doing roughs. Nobody gives credit for that. That's ghost work, but I did because it's the right thing to do, even if they did the wrong thing. Um, you got to respect and appreciate your team. You know, I've seen some posts where artists say writers aren't as important, writers say artists aren't as important, and they fight back and forth. Let's be clear. A comic book is a team effort. It's not who's more important or who has it worse. It's you can't do it without either discipline. You can't. You can't do it. We need each other. For the quality book, you need each other unless you can do it all yourself. So you got to respect the other disciplines. You've got to respect each other and what we do. Because the fact of the matter is, I can't trade dress a book and I can't get the file set up. And you know what? More is not going to, nobody's going to be like, oh man, look at the way that cover was set up with the trade dress. That's not a job that gets a lot of accolades and a lot of glory. But yet it does, she deserves that respect. All right, this isn't working for some reason. So I'm going to go to the pages to show you what this man can do. All right. It's in my email, so my apologies. But we'll do it this way. So here's colors by Chris Sotomayor over pencils and inks by Ricardo Silva. I mean, just little things you don't notice, like the glare and the mirror. Look at the shine on the porcelain of the toilet. It's little things, shading effects. Mike Ratliff, what's going on? I can't show that shit. All right, hang on. And if you've read book 1 and 2, these have been favorites of people. This is Tony. This is Joe. And they are funny and human. They are the bad guys that you love to like because they're not all bad. There's gray area, and their story is developing as well. There are no wasted characters in my book. All right, I'm introducing a ton of characters who go all the. Hey, Andrew Palmer, what's going on? Thanks, John. Ricardo really does as a human being and as an artist. So Tony, if you haven't read the books, is super strong and invulnerable, except for his eyes and his organs, because if they were invulnerable, he couldn't live. And he works for Joe, who's the head of the Italian mafia. These two are based off two of my best friends, straight up. And Tony is this big. He's freaking huge, and he's a gentle giant. And Joe is not that tall, but we made him taller for the book, which is a running joke. But they're loosely based on them. I mean, they look like them a bit, and their personalities are similar. There is a big reveal about Joe in book 2, and they're going through their own story arc, and they are growing and developing as characters as I write scripts. Again, I'm on script 22. And this is them. Now, in book 2, book 1, Tony has a one-on-one fight with Breath of the Dragon, and he loses because Breath of the Dragon is that bad a mamma jamma. In book 2, the two of them fight him together. There's a secret that's revealed about Joe, and they fight him together. Breath of the Dragon has an ability that I don't think anybody else has ever used this way, and it makes him virtually unbeatable. He could beat Deathstroke, Wolverine, anybody, because of this ability. Having said that, these two fought him in Manhattan in book 2. Tragedy fights Breath of the Dragon at the end of book one. Here is that page colored. Is that not gorgeous? Look at that. Is that not gorgeous? He can't beat my mom. True. See if I can. Yeah. Can I eliminate this? Why is there's usually an arrow to get rid of that? Oh well. All right. Well, either way, isn't that beautiful? Look at that. I mean, great work. And then you've got more action scenes. I love blur lines. Awesome. Spittle. Gotta go with the spittle. Now, Chris has taught me a lot about coloring too. It's not just about pretty colors or even realistic colors. It's about drawing your eye to what it is you want to look at. So if you do a color background like this with these blur lines, you have to make sure the color isn't something that takes your eye away from the action, what you want them to see. And Chris is a master at that, of course, being a professional 30 years. So, I mean, look at these pages. It's awesome, is it not? Look at that. Any feedback? What do you guys think? We got rid of the black gutters from issue 1. Now, remember, I have a remastered issue 1 that is a third of the book is redrawn and the colors were redone. And that's not a knock on anybody that prior worked on the book. I swear it was just to match and get continuity among the books. That's all it is. I appreciate everyone who's worked on this book, and I certainly mean no offense to anyone, but we wanted to remaster it to make it match books 2 and 3. And Ricardo felt he could do better in the action scenes in book 1, so he redrew them. So, yeah, so this is what we got going on. All right. I got one more cover to show you, and it's actually on the Kickstarter page that is waiting for approval. So this is a big sneak peek, guys. Oh, shoot. Where did you go? Okay, there we go. Tragedy Chapter 3, cover C. It's hard to see, and I don't know if I can zoom this in, guys. I don't think so. His name is Arseny. He's from Russia. He goes by, oh my God, hang on. Why did I forget his name? He is, I've been following him and I've commissioned him before. I have art on the wall behind me from him. Hey, Shawn, thanks for coming out. Thank you. I appreciate the compliments. Give me 1 second, and I'm going to tell you. He goes as Souljacker on Instagram, s.souljacker, and he's amazing. And his name is Arseny Kolyasnikov. He drew this with her in the mouth of the Breath of the Dragon. It is inked by Scott Hanna, the great Scott Hanna, and it's going to be colored by Alex Sinclair. Alex has it right now. Alex has a busy schedule, so I don't know if it's going to be colored in time for the campaign, but it will be obviously colored in time for your book to be in your hands. It's a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful cover. We have some add-ons. If you want the pencil version of Mike DeBalfo, we have a comic size print that you can buy. If you followed the last 2 campaigns, I always, on the bigger name books, and I don't mean that as an insult, but just the more household names, I should say, I did the comic print size of their original art of the cover. If you want it, like if you buy the color one, you buy the print, the same size, you can frame them, put them together on your wall. Looks really nice. We're doing that again with Mike DeBalfo on this one. And we're going to have other add-ons too. That's the DeBalfo cover there. Now, just so you know, Robert Powers did some chibi prints that were on books 1 and 2. One was of Tragedy, one was of Breath of the Dragon. We're going to continue that series, and he is doing a chibi of Big Tony, Big Anthony, in this book. And it looks great so far, and it'll continue the series. If you like chibi and you want to collect them all, it'll be a 5x7 print. Normally, I was doing them as stretch goals, but I think I'm going to do it as an add-on for a few bucks, nothing expensive as well. So we're going to do that. And there's cover A. That's the studio cover by Kevin Stewart. We're going to add colors and by Model Zapata, M. Zapata. Awesome stuff. All right. We've got some tiers, pages. Yeah, there's a bigger version of the page. There you go. There's Ricardo's stuff. The team and the synopsis. Mora did this. Rob Powers did the logo font, right? And I loved it instantly. I mean, Robert did an amazing job. If you look closely, it's a ballerina slipper. Go follow down there. It's kind of like a ballerina slipper, right? Look at that. It's pretty cool, right? So Rob did this logo, and it was absolutely. I mean, some logo designers take 3, 4, 5. No, he got this. He got most of it on the first one, and by the second one, it was perfect. Or maybe he didn't get it in the first one, but either way, it was beautiful. I remember I was trying to recover from COVID in bed. I was sick as a dog. I was on oxygen, and boom, he throws this at me, and it was like 2 a.m, and I almost shit my pants. It was just the logo was amazing. Then Mora takes it, turns it into this 3D logo with the blood splatter here, adds the ballerina with this, and she's basking in blood. And I was like, oh my God, this is freaking amazing. So this is what you get from Rob Powers and Mora as a team. I mean, this is what you get. Look at this. This is amazing. And I made postcards out of this that on the back have all the QR scan where you can go for everything, my link tree, etc. I mean, that is just as professional as it gets. I am surrounded by people that uplift me and make me better every day because they are so damn good at what they do. They're never going to get the credit. They're not going to be a household name, at least not right now, but they do work that they deserve to be a household name, and they will be eventually because they kick ass. I mean, look at that. Mora, you should really pat yourself on the back for that, and Robert as well for the font and the style. I could not be happier with this. It's perfect. Hey, Artie, what's going on? How are you? Thanks for coming in. I appreciate everybody that comes out and gives feedback. So that's what's going on. All right, one last thing. I don't mean to bore everybody, but I'm surprised you're all sticking around, and I'm grateful. Hang on one second. Yeah, whatever. All right, so Tragedy Issue 3 is launching a week from today's Tuesday, right? A week from today, May 3rd at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's Eastern Standard Time. I'm going to do a live launch party like I always do. And I'm going to have guests, Kevin Stewart and Kenny Calderon and a bunch of other people are going to be on. And we're going to talk about the covers and we're going to talk about the campaign. We're going to have some guests that are going to give you their reviews of books 1 and 2. They are not being paid for these reviews. They're unsolicited. They just want to help out, and they really believe this about the book, which I'm grateful. Yeah, I hope to see you at New York Comic Con too. I'm hoping to table again. They haven't given answers yet, but you know, and I'll be at Baltimore. Thank you, Maura. Seriously, and I mean everything I'm saying. If I don't say it enough, I really appreciate the team that. If I'm going to get credit, it should be for being smart enough to work with great people. You know, that's the credit I should get. And if you think the writing is good, but everything else goes to them. Yeah, Gary, I'm tabling it at Baltimore. I'll be there. And we showed your cover before, Gary. So that's pretty much the gist. Tragedy 3 launches Tuesday. Yes, I post a lot. I market a lot because no one else is going to do it. And I've got things in the works. I'm not the type of guy that accepts rejection in the sense where I get depressed or I feel down or maybe my book's not good enough. That's not me. That's not me at all. I get motivated more. I get hungry. I get annoyed. I'm the hungriest son of a bitch you're ever going to see. And trust me when I tell you, jump on board Tragedy now because it's going to be something eventually. And you're going to be glad you jumped on board. You have my word. I'm telling you now, this book is going to blow up at some point. And I have things in the works and plans. And by the way, even if I, before I even took, get to my plans on distribution, when I'm still doing Kickstarters, we got a couple of cool things coming up I can't announce right now until those artists allow me to. But I'm going to have a collaborative cover with a major artist who has a major character of their own they created. I'm going to be doing they're going to do a crossover cover with that. There's a great homage artist that I'm going to be that does parodies. I'm going to be doing a matching set of covers, the actual cover and the parody cover with that person soon this month. And I might have an exclusive cover for Terrificon with an amazing legendary artist. Just waiting to hear back from them. They say they're interested. It's a matter if their deadline can do it. So we're working on big things. I am pushing forward. I'm working ahead. I've also got some big names that may be doing covers in the future as well. They're amazing. I won't name them until contracts or whatever are fortified. But if you're not into all the art stuff and you just want a good storytelling book, I'm telling you, book one is got a lot of action, but it really sets up some characters, especially our protagonist, Grace O'Connor. It has a shocking ending that surprised the crap out of everybody. I had Sean Chen walks up to me and he ruins the ending in front of everybody at the show going, I can't believe you, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, Sean, what are you doing? He just blurted it out and he goes, I'm sorry. I've never seen anybody do that in a book before. That was crazy. Book two, you think you're going to see the aftermath and find out what happens. Nope. I tease you. I develop other characters. I develop the plot more in a different way. And it's not till the last page of book two you start to see something. And then book three gets into it. Book three, you're going to get a lot of answers that you had from book one that you wanted to know, because I do believe in opening a lot of plot lines. Now, I'm not going to say I'm as good as a writer as Chris Claremont because he's Chris Claremont, but I have the same writing style. I opened a lot of plot points. They're not self-contained stories. This is a thread that's going out like a spider web. There's things constantly characters being introduced that you don't realize are going to be something down the road, plot lines being developed. But what I do accomplish is I close some plot lines in a timely manner so you're not frustrated with wanting answers to the 50,000 things that are open. And once they're closed, other things start popping up because it keeps you interested, it keeps you going. I have stories through 50 issues in my head, and I'm on it, script 22. And I'm telling you, if you like Big Trouble in Little China, if you like Boondock Saints, if you like urban, gritty action, kung fu, and if you like gun-toting movies like Shoot 'em Up, and you like kung fu movies, old kung fu movies and Kill Bill and stuff, but if you also like Big Trouble in Little China, and you like superhero books with metahumans, and you like science fiction with cyborgs and things like that, this book has it all, but it makes sense, I promise you, and it ties in nice. This book is a fun romp, and I'm proud of it. And to be honest with you, I can really see it as a Netflix show. I really could. So pick up the books and you tell me. All right? Issue 3 comes out next Tuesday. It launches on Kickstarter. I'm hoping for a strong start. I'm not going to lie, man. I worry that, every 3 months it's a long time. Do people forget? Are people interested? Do they want to come back? Because you always lose some backers from a campaign, but do you gain more? And I'm concerned because I don't mean this to be braggadocious. To my surprise, we came out strong on my first Kickstarter ever. I came out of nowhere. We made over 10 grand. We had 226 backers. Campaign number 2, you usually lose about 30% of your backers. I lost 12% of my backers. Yes, I do the analytics. I lost 12% of my backers, but I gained 11% of new backers. So I had 222 followers. On the second one, I lost 4 backers, but we made more money. And yet I dropped the prices on the books, and yet I made more money. So we made over $10,100 on that. So I'm so grateful, but I'm afraid, is that was that just a shot in the dark? Was that what's the word? Was that just luck? Or are we going to progress? People tell me the book 3 is the one where you start to see progression. I really hope so. I just want enough money to invest back in the book. That's all I want, because I want to give you the best book possible. I really do, and I want to pay artists, and I want to keep going with. I love doing 12 or 14 covers. I'm giving artists work and paid work, and I want to keep doing that. I really do. Um, so please come out strong. Don't wait. Back right away. Let's blow this thing out of the water to start. Let's have a big start, please. It's a $5,000 goal. That's what will cover printing costs and stuff. So I'd love to fund in the first 24 hours. That would be amazing. I promise you, the story's starting to take off here. You know, the first book's introducing things, the second book is starting to get the ball rolling. Well, now that snowball is becoming huge. It's becoming a boulder. And this story just has momentum. And I'm telling you, by issue 5, you're going to be in love with this book. And then when you get to the next story arc, which again, develops more things that are going on now in the background, it starts to get more into the supernatural, and more into the metahumans, and more into other stuff. It's so much fun. And everybody who has read all scripts, they really love this story. That's them saying it, not me. So please give it a shot. 9 p.m. we launch Kickstarter next Tuesday, May 3rd. And we're going to have great covers. We're going to have great story. And there's a catch up for books 1 and 2. So you don't have to go, what the hell am I going to do with 3 when I don't have 1 and 2? Get all 3. Hey, Alfie, what's going on? Haven't talked to you in a while. I hope you're doing well, buddy. I hope you're continuing with your book, because it really looks good. And if I can do anything to help you, let me know. If anybody wants to drop links to your work or your campaigns or your books, I encourage you to do it. Every time I do a live stream, my chat is open for the community, as long as it's appropriate, as long as it's comic book driven, or superheroes. I mean, even if you're selling toys, that's fine. You're welcome to drop, or if you have a group, please feel free. Yes, I really love the story. I've read a couple of issues. He's crafting a great story. Thank you, Raphael. I appreciate that. And I want everybody to know that I welcome feedback. I don't want placaters. I don't want to be that singer on American Idol that can't sing for shit, but my family never told me the truth. If I can't write, I want you to tell me. If the book isn't that good, I want you to tell me, because then I'll work on making it better. But by the grace of God, everybody's telling me it's great. Charles Santino wrote Conan for Marvel in the late 80s, early 90s. And he said that I'm light years ahead of indie writers, that he did an amazing job in the writing, that is really good. Howard Mackey likes the book. He thought the writing was solid. A lot of people like the story. I haven't heard anyone complain about the writing. Not yet, anyway. So I'm very lucky, but I have a thick skin. Not everybody's going to like it. All I ask is you give it a shot. Give it a shot and you let me know. Shoot, if you read the books and you absolutely hate them, we'll work out a deal to make it worth your while, the money you spent. I don't care. I just want the books out there. I believe in it. I have confidence in it, and I want you guys to just check it out and give it a shot. I think it stands up to anything that's on the shelves right now. I do. I really do. And that's not from an air of arrogance, because I am a very humble person, believe it or not. But I am confident. I'm confident but humble, and I really think this is a quality book. And Ricardo is amazing. His art is amazing. He grows as an artist, and he's just wonderful to work with. Anyway, live launch party, 9 p.m. a week from today, Tuesday, May 3rd. We're going to have a lot of guests. We're going to hang out and joke and have fun. I encourage you to come watch, but not just to there and be a spectator. Talk in the chat. We will interact with you. Hang out. Let's have fun. Just talking, chatting, partying, whatever. And we'll launch this bad boy live. And I pray that we have a strong beginning. If I could fund in the first 24 hours, or even 48 hours, I'd be so grateful. So please don't wait. And just remember, this is Kickstarter. If you don't have the money yet, your payday is not for another week or two. It doesn't collect your money for 4 weeks. So you can pledge right away, and your money's not being taken out for an entire month. Okay, so keep that in mind. And if you want to give it a shot, we'll have digital of all 3 issues as well, which will be cheaper. So I just want you to read it. Give it a shot. I think you'll have fun. I think it'll bring you back to the fun that comics used to be. I really think that. And I don't use my comic as a pulpit. My opinions on political topics or social topics or anything are not in there. My opinion is, why do you give a shit? You're not reading my book for my opinion. And if you know my opinions, I've failed you as a writer. So trust me when I tell you, it's just a fun superhero tale with characters that I think you can relate to. You know, and when she has her victory and her triumph, and then she has her loss, you're gonna be there with her. You're gonna feel that. I really think you are, because her strength is not in her cleavage. Her strength is not in she beats everybody. Her strength is, no matter how hard life gets for her, how hard it is, how much she gets beaten down, she gets up and she faces it again every friggin' day, just like the rest of us. She faces her inner demons while she faces the external threats as well. And don't we all do that every day? Damn right we do. She may want to ball up into a fetal position on the covers, but she gets up and faces the day every day. So please check it out, guys. Tuesday, May 3rd, a week from today, 9 p.m., live launch party with guests. And I forgot one thing in the creative team. He goes by Let's Do This. He does a lot of my promotional and marketing graphics, like he did for this live stream, like he does for all my Creator Con shows. And I love this guy. He's the kindest, nicest guy. He's done so much for me and bailed me out and made me look more professional. And he's another human being that's amazing. I'm not going to give you his full name because he gets weird texts and messages if I do. But he's awesome. So let's do this. Go to letsdodis.com, LESDUDIS.com. He was here earlier. Amazing person, great friend, and a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful collaborator on things that I do here for Legendary Illustrations and for Tragedy. Don't forget, I'm a rep at Legendary Illustrations, and I have some amazing artists that you can afford too. They're not going to break your bank. And we'll be having live sales soon at whatnot.com. Go check it out. All right. I appreciate all of you who stuck around and hung out. Thank you for hearing. Some of you have heard this a million times and you still come out and support. For everybody that shares out a post, for everybody shares out this video, for everybody that says a kind word, takes a moment to just like, comment, share, or even, you pledged and you backed. Even if you don't want to read the book and you just want to donate $5 to support those people, everybody, I can't thank you enough. You've been extremely kind to me. My dream is coming true because of all of you. And whether it sells 20,000, 100,000 copies or 500, I get to make this book, and it's all because of you and the creative team I get to work with. So God bless all of you, and thank you so much. I'm really appreciative. Now let's knock this bastard out of the park. Let's knock Chapter 3 through the roof. Let's show him what an indie guy can do. Let's do it. Please, let's make this the highest grossing, best successful campaign so far. And I promise you, book 4 is going to be a killer. It's going to be so damn good. All right. And remember, Will Playton has this amazing art sale going to go on soon. Gouache painted busts of some of your favorite iconic superheroes from Marvel and DC. Conan, Solomon Grundy, Batman, Storm, Black Adam, the Hulk. Amazing stuff. So we're going to have that sale soon, probably at whatnot.com, and you're going to want to jump in because he's making team rosters. You can get entire teams. So it's going to be awesome. Avengers, Thor, Captain America. Ooh. And if you haven't, go look at Will Playton, Pleydon, and see what he's drawing. If not, follow my page. Amazing. Hey, there's Bear.
Hi.
That's my bear. Speaking of creation, thanks to my wife, she did most of the work, though. This is the greatest thing I ever got to help create. Her and her sister. I love you. Are we going to knock this one out of the park? Is Pit Tragedy 3 going to be a big, good one? Going to knock it out of the park? Tell them.
If you dream big and work hard, your dreams can come true.
Look at that. You go, girl. And tell them, what are they going to do on next Tuesday when my tragedy book starts and launches? What are they going to do?
Buy the book?
Tell them, go get Tragedy.
I actually read the first book and it's actually really good.
She wasn't supposed to, but she did.
You let
Charles
me.
says, hello, Bear. Well, because you already saw half of it, so I said, fine.
Actually, you only let me read the first one because it was appropriate for me.
That's right. That's right. I'm getting offline. I'm going to say goodnight to him. All right. Thanks, guys. I really appreciate all your support, and please go support artists. And when you back an independent campaign, you're providing jobs for all these disciplines. You really are. And Raphael, I got to reach out to you about a voiceover for the trailer, and we got to get it done fast. All right. Thank you, guys. As always, I'm going to leave you with what I always leave you with. Be legendary and have fun storming the castle.